Hi everyone, I'm CelesteOrchid and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today's video, this video that you are watching right now, is my yearly birthday dress. And the fabrics that I have chose are a little bit different and I think they're going to be a lot of fun. So if you're new to my channel, hi and welcome. I am a cosplayer fashionista. I like uploading vlogs and cosplay, DIY tutorials, and sewing tutorials. If you're new here, please subscribe so you never miss out on any future content that I put out, tips, tutorials, and fun stuff. So let's go ahead and show you what I'm going to get into. As I clean up my little area here to showcase what I'm going to use, I'm going to be using these fabrics. This fabric was actually the base of my graduation dress. It is a stretch jersey. And then I have these really two fun magenta and a teal color. I would say this is more of a turquoise, but the crazy part is this is mesh and it is also stretchy. They call this an assorted fabric, so I really don't know what it is other than it is made of plastic. It is not of natural fibers. So, what are we making today? Well, I really want this kind of design cut where it comes into the center and comes up. I don't really like the idea that the bottom part of the dress is cut there, but it just exposed. So, okay, so I think I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So here's the body, and then here's the skirt. I'm going to have it connect here with the little booby part open and connect here. I think that'll look really nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut out the bottom of the skirt, starting with the white fabric. I need to make sure that I have enough for a lining of my skirt. Just need a nice little rectangle to fit the bottom part of my skirt to cover my knotties. Lay out my fabric and I'm going to mark it and cut it. I'm going to cut off all this salvage edge too, so yay. I love busting out my rotary cutter, but my rotary cutter needs a new blade, so not the best. And we'll just go like this and like this. Hopefully it's cut something. I don't know. No, it didn't cut anything. Poop! I really need a new blade. Going back to Old Faithful, scissors. It's much better for you to have all control of your scissors if you are cutting your material flat on a surface with weights, and that way it does not shift and you are safe. Snip! There we go. All right, now the length that I'm going to be using for my skirt is about 15 inches. That's pretty good. Just for safety, I'll put 17. So I found 17. Because one of my fabrics is pink, I'm going to use my pink crayon here. Slowly mark it. And then I'm going to grab my super long ruler and mark it across. Looks straight enough to me. I don't mind. And just make a light mark across my fabric. Oh, see this? This is not good. You want it to be nice and flat. You don't want any weird kind of problems. And ta-da! We've done it. Like this. And go like this. But I decided that the white lining was a little bit too wide, so I instead turned it into a pillowcase slug. What I did was I serged the edges, and then what I'm going to do is cut open this bottom and top. For this outfit, I'm going to need a waistband, and I'm going to do that using this leftover fabric that I cut off, and I'm just going to cut a nice little stretchy rectangle. My waistband is actually going to be kind of like an empire waistband because it's going to be sitting on my rib cage. So I'm just going to take about this much material. Like, oh, love me. Oops, that didn't love me. I just made like a terrible cut. What? This is so hard with my left hand. I'm definitely right-handed when it comes to cutting tools. Lesson learned. I cannot cut a straight line with my left hand and a rotary tool. So I will only be using my right hand from now on. You want to see what happened? Yeah, this all happened. That was multiple tries. All right, so the parts that didn't get cut, I'm just gonna snip with my fabric shears. For the top, I took some scrap material and created some trapezoid pieces and 2 rectangles, 2 for the back and then 1 for the front. Luckily, the materials I'm using are stretchy fabrics, so I didn't have to worry about it. One side was covered with pink and the other side was covered with a turquoise. I ended up making it into a shell, so I sewed it first to the back. Then I folded it over and sewed it down. I cut off the excess and then I made a casing so that I could feed the strap through the front. I'm taking it to my sewing machine and folding it over, creating a channel. I'm not going to sew here. I'm going to sew here on the selvage edge. I don't want to call it a selvage edge, but you could see here, this part where the lines are. I'm just folding it over and I'm going to zigzag stitch it. The reason why I'm zigzagging is because these are all stretchy fabrics and you have to be careful with stretchy fabrics. If you use a straight stitch, it is going to pull and rip your stitches out. So here we go. Make sure everything looks nice and aligned like this, making my channel. I'm going to press my sewing foot and then I go back to lock my stitch and then I go down. Almost done. Okay, go here and lock the stitch. And this is the top part of my dress done so far. I just need to create the string that goes through it. I haven't decided if I want to do a braided string or just like a nice little loopy string, or if I want to use ribbon. I'm not sure. So this is what the top looks like right now. I know that it fits me to a T. I need to make this go up just a tiny bit. So this is looking so good. With the remaining fabric, I definitely want to make a handkerchief skirt, which is basically a giant square. I'm going to do that by the diamond method of taking a corner and making the seam go all the way down until I create a right triangle. Once I have that, I am going to cut out the center diamond. No, not the center diamond, but the center into a circle. A nice little curve. And then I will have my skirt base. Okay, luckily I could actually just use this little line here as my guide. And I can grab my ruler and take it all the way across. This is a quilting ruler, by the way, for anyone who is interested. And I just lay it here, grab my rotary cutter, and I'm just going to go all against the side and go very fast, like so. And let's check. Yes, it cut through it because it was only one single line of fabric. Not line, but fold of fabric. So one piece of fabric cut. Now I just go down here and repeat the same process. Okay, so I have the 2 diamond edges here. This is how big my skirt's going to be. And now I have this point here. Now this is my point for my skirt top. And if I want one edge to be longer than the other, then I just fold it differently, but it's fine where it is right now. Make sure it's nice. Because this is a stretchy fabric, I'm actually going to cut smaller. I'm actually using my Empire waistline, so it's pretty small, and this is 4 layers cut. Because of my waistband, it's actually here. It's pretty small. So it is 12 inches unstretched. So if I did stretch it, it'd be more. So the total is 24, but this is folded 4 times over, so it's actually 3 inches. So I'm going to measure out 3 inches and cut approximately here into a little curve. So just a nice little curve like so, like that. And that is as much as I need for my skirt. Look at that. So perfect. It looks kind of cool like this. I can't wait. So now with my waistband, make sure I flip it the way I need it. I did not stay stitch this. I didn't think I would want to anyways, but I think it's fine. And then I just pin it. Now it really depends. What fabric do I want on top? So I'm going to go ahead and just pin this down, and then this will make the pink on top, and then it will fold over because I like pink. And then I could put the green underneath. So now I have to do the green as well. And just repeat the process of making a triangle, and then I can pin it down, and then I can put the lining and sew it all together. If you want, you could actually sew the lining and then layer it. You know, there's just a lot of different ways that you could do things, but this is the way that I recommend to do. Okay, so this right now is so heavy. I think what I'm gonna go do is already add it, like sew this entire part together, and then, oh, it fell. Add the lining afterwards just to see how it looks. I really think it's giving off this like cute little nautical theme, but let's just see how it turns out when it's all put together. Because I am sewing my waistband, I'm removing that compartment, and then I'm going to bring this to my sewing machine, make sure I have a stretch stitch. I'm going to slowly slide it under, making sure everything is where it needs to be. Push this down, bring my needles here, and now we're ready to sew. Okay, where's my presser foot? Now we're ready to sew. Here we go. All right, so I aligned the seams from the sides together and the back together, and now I'm leaving the front open. We're going to see how I like that first before I sew it all together, and if I don't like it, then I have to seam rip it. So we're going with the original idea of the open like little area first, and now we're going to zigzag stitch this onto the waistband. It's not going anywhere. Is find a good rectangle and cut it out and combine it multiple times to make a nice thick cord. Luckily, I'm using striped fabric, so I can use the stripes as my guide. So I'm just going to slowly cut here. It's so much faster using the rotary cutter, but because the pink actually has a lot of stitches in it, I don't think it's actually going to be good. So we're So now my cord, I think I'm just going to cut here at the third line because I don't really need it to be that thick. I was thinking it could be really thin, but we'll see. I still have a lot of material left just in case I want to make cord, so not a big deal. Okay, so I made my nice little tube here. I left the opening. Oops, there's some strings. Let's cut that off. Oh, embarrassing. Oh. Okay. So I left an opening here for me to be able to flip it inside out so I can hide this seam, even though majority of it's going to be hidden with the top. Can I even push this through here? Does it love me? And so I'm going to push it, trying to push it. And now that I pushed it, I can start scrunching it onto my knitting needle to flip it inside out. There's also other types of tricks that you can do. This is just one that I opted for right now because it's easy. Well, it's not that easy, but it's the current one that I'm using. So I'm just going to pull. Are you ready for the final reveal with my messy hair? But that's okay because here it is, surprise. It looks so fun. Like the top looks different and the bottom looks different. I think what I'm gonna do is like get one of those skirt hook things and have it hang upwards like this. So then you could actually see some of the green. Gives a little bit of variety. Really happy with how this turned out. I love it. It is so fun. Like, look at this. And then I could feel like a watermelon. So look, this is my outfit. I really like it. I like both ways of styling it and having the skirt hang down. And if I twirl a little, you can see some of the color underneath, and it's just got these lines. I think it's so fun. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely loving the top. The top really helps the curls come out. Um, but yeah, what do you all think of my birthday dress this year? Should I take out the green layer and just keep the pink layer, or should I take out the pink layer and keep the green layer? Should I ruffle the bottom? I think it looks so different if I even do it like this. Ta-da! But I'm very happy with how this turned out. It does look like I could have had two separate dresses. Honestly, I don't care if it looks like I could have had two separate dresses if I go like this, like that. Or I could even just cut down the center and have the leftover dress over here. Either way, I love it. I love it. I think it's so fun. It's just so interesting. I hope you guys found it interesting, and let me know with a comment down below. Would you wear a dress like this, or would you wear two-toned fabrics such as this? All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, and remember to stay inspired, be creative, and I will see you in a future video. Bye!